What's up, everybody? Mojo-Synthesis back here with you today. I'm Tony.
I'm Dwayne.
We're breaking down metal. We're breaking down rap, lyrical breakdowns, cultural breakdowns. You name it, we got it. What do you got for me today?
Today we have a historical group out of California. We have someone in a group that are instrumental in completing a lot of things that people were doing in the early 90s. We have a Latino group that's known as a regular hip-hop group. We have Cypress Hill.
All right, Cypress Hill. I've heard of Cypress Hill. I can even say I've heard some of their stuff. Nothing specific, so I'm looking forward to this. What is the name of this song?
Band of Gypsies.
I can assure you I've never heard this song. True reaction coming up. I'm ready.
Let's go.
All right.
يا عمي يا بتاع الحشيش انا عايز حشيشة طرية استنى يا بيري ده الواجب ده عليا الحشيشة اللي في جيبه غير الحشيشة اللي في ايديا دي الحشيشة اللي بيجيبه غير الحشيشة اللي في ايديا ونستبح انا وانت ونولع الدنيا ونشرب الطفة حلوة ونسميها كاليفورنيا.
Oh, all right, that makes sense. All right, I love Middle Eastern tones, Middle Eastern melodies, just the way that all works. And for me, when those melodies and tones are in metal too, it just works. First time I've heard it in something like this, it got me excited right away. That's cool. That's cool. A very, it's very staccato in his delivery, and right into a chorus. It's yeah, that's cool, man.
Different sound.
Yo, big time different sound.
Not the quintessential hip hop sound that you would listen for.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And an established group that's been around for like 30 years.
So when did this song come out?
2018.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's fairly new.
Okay.
It's fairly new. Out of all their music, that's fairly new for them.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, I remember Cypress Hill from probably when I was in high school.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Yeah. Hey, still putting out music? Awesome.
Still touring.
Even better. Like this chorus is totally metal. Replace the instruments in the background with a sound. The drum. Yeah, it's there, man.
Crazy dogs you don't ever wanna deal with. What you smell is the hash that we lift around. I'm my own pan when I feel myself coming down. Live how I wanna live and answer to no one. Similar through the ways of the shogun. Think you do before you try and come and get me, or you'll get shot up by a gang of gypsies.
So I gotta ask, you said they're in Egypt,
Right.
okay? So is this a collab with Egyptian artists? Okay, so are you saving that for me for later, or you're gonna? All right, I'll stop. It intrigues me. I love that type of stuff, and I just want to know, man. I just want to know. All right. Very cool. Very, very cool. Actually, that was a straight up. Oh, that chorus was awesome.
Yeah, that was hard.
And the delivery in the verses was awesome too. Really like that. I couldn't. Now, if you told me what one of their hits was from back in the early '90s, what is this? So I can get the difference. in
Here
my
is
mind.
something you can't understand. How I could just kill a man.
Okay, there it is. I mean, this is totally different than that. Totally different. Musically, I would imagine lyrically, we're going to get into that. But thanks for playing this one for me, man. This was.
I chose this particular record because I know some of their early stuff you probably would have heard. Like,
Yeah,
like
probably
the
definitely,
top 5 songs, I'm definitely sure you'd have heard.
Okay.
The metal songs, I'm sure you would have heard.
Okay.
So I chose something straight out the box that's totally different. That I know a lot of people that are like, unless you a Cypress Hill fan, or unless you like I'm a person that chases music. Like I chase music, so I listen to music for different sounds. So that DJ Muggs, he doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does in the industry for his production, because he puts a lot of metal sounds in his songs. There's a lot of different music, a lot of different build-ups, and because he's been influenced by Public Enemy, you hear a lot of different sounds. Which the Bomb Squad is a group that does a lot of stuff, a lot of metal artists. So that's where you hear DJ Muggs puts a lot of different sounds and a lot of different like build-ups in his music.
Cool. Very cool. So, yeah, obviously, I'm like I said, I know who they are, and I'm aware of them, but who is Cypress Hill?
Okay, Cypress Hill is a group out of California. We want to say out of Southgate, Cali, which is in LA. They were formulated in an interesting story about them. Mellow Man Ace, which is Sin's brother. Mellow Man Ace is one of the first Latino artists out of California who had a kind of a hit in the early, like late 80s, early 90s. So it was a choice between Cypress Hill getting on first or Mellow Man Ace. So they actually poured more into Mellow Man Ace because Be Real was kind of playing the streets a little bit and he wasn't really taking the music serious. But Mellow Man Ace saw something in him that he said, yo, you should keep pursuing this. And so that was the influence from Mellow Man Ace, which was a hot artist in that early 90s era.
Nice. Very cool. And what's their background? So they're from LA.
Right. So their background reads, I love how culturally diverse they are.
Uh-huh.
So Be Real, he's a Mexican Cuban American.
Okay.
You have Sin Dog, who's a Cuban American. You have DJ Muggs, who's an Italian American. Then you also have Bobo, who's a Puerto Rican. So they have a cluster of different sounds and different influences in their music. But when they first came out, they were, you know what I'm saying, you didn't call them a Latino group. You obviously knew that they were Spanish.
Right.
But they wanted to be just known as a hip hop group.
Okay. All right. Hey. Definitely. Right. Awesome. All All right, very cool. I love it that they've been around. Let's see, if it's 2018 was when this came out, if their first album was probably in the early 90s, so we're talking about a band that's been around almost 30 years, or group.
And still performing.
Still performing. That's great, man. I love.
So the reason I chose this group and I chose Onyx because they have a versus battle coming up. So I thought it'd be very interesting to see how that would work and how people perceive that.
Now, when you say they have a versus battle coming up, like this hasn't happened yet?
Not yet. It's supposed to be actually in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
2 weeks from now. So they're gonna perform in both groups are gonna perform in California.
Nice.
During a fight. So it's a fight coming up. It's a big boxing match coming up. So they're gonna be performed during a fight. So now you have Onyx fans, boxing fans, and Cypress Hill fans in LA, which both groups live at, what makes it a lot more interesting.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, folks. Lyrical Breakdown coming up.
Let's talk about it.
All right, talk to me about Band of Gypsies.
Okay, so Be Real, like this song, Be Real, like this is something that I definitely know you're gonna love. So it was a group that came out in the 70s, but a very, very influential guitar player that had a band called Band of Gypsies. One day I want you to tell me who that is. People tell me who that is in the comment box.
I know this time.
You know this time? Tell me who it is.
It's Jimi Hendrix. Yeah! You can't pull the metal over on the metal.
My man! That's hard, B. That's a music lover right there. That definitely is a music lover right there. You heard?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So Be Real starts off, he says, you're looking at the last of a dying breed. Weed it up, please speed it up. Sitting in Cali, sun heated up. Inked arm, needled up. Rocket style, Don cheetled up. I put the fear of God in people. What you people looking at sideways, I'm on a verge. Like them on a pump. That's a blizzard. I don't say a word. You don't want to follow me, son. You ain't got that nerve. One of the things I like about his intro verse is they were very instrumental in making weed legal. Marijuana. Yeah, they were very instrumental in talking about it in their early music. There wasn't a lot of artists that were talking about it. Because you remember in the early 90s, it was kind of taboo for people to be smoking. Like people that were smoking at that time were kind of known as the loser. Like, you're a loser, you smoke weed? Nah.
Burnout, burner.
Yeah. But they learned early on the influence of weed for your body, the healing of the weed. Now I'm not a smoker, but I'm not like I used to be a person that would kind of look down on people that smoke. But as I started to see the benefits that it help with people's bodies and how instrumental it help people medically, like, you know what I'm saying, help the influence of people's bodies heal a little bit. Then I became to like open up my eyes a little bit more. But they were kind of instrumental in talking about it around the world. So what I like about this group in particular too, DJ Muggs, he goes out and gets sounds that a lot of artists wouldn't do, because he puts the influence of Public Enemy. He went and gathered sounds that you won't hear just one beat or two beats. You'll hear a cluster of instruments inside their songs, and that's that Public Enemy Bomb Squad influence, as well as the metal influence. You can hear it. You can hear it all in his music, and he doesn't get enough credit for that.
Okay, cool. Loving it. What else?
So Paralyzed, see the paranormal paratroops summoned by the Grandmaster as he prepares to lose. Temple doors open up, smoke billows out. Now you hoping what? For mercy? Oof. He was talking. He was talking because basically, y'all people coming at them for introducing smoking in shows and smoking weed. When they were just smoking, they wasn't talking about violence. They wasn't early songs they talk about, like their early intro song was Sawed Off Shotgun, but they was literally talking about lyrical murder. They wasn't talking about physically harming anybody. So the song actually got a lot of radio play, a lot of movie play. The song premiered in Juice, which blew their brand up, and they toured around the world with a lot of early 90s groups that are still relevant today.
Nice.
So
Awesome. Now, what was their purpose behind the collab with the Egyptian musicians? Was there a meaning behind it, or is it just something cool? Because it is cool, and I'm glad they did it. But was there something a little deeper there? Is it something they're into?
well, because they travel the world abroad, like performing, it's some popular artists out of Egypt that were Islamic, that speak Arabic, that, you know what I'm saying, again, DJ Muggs and the fluence of Be Real, hey, let's do this collab with these guys. You have Sadat and you have 50, who are Arabic artists that speak fluent, like, Arabic. So they come from that Islamic community, and that's another culture that is big on Cypress Hill. So Cypress Hill's influence are not only in America, but around the world, in the Latin community, as well as the Islamic community and the European community. So that's a group that sold 20 million albums worldwide.
Nice.
That's rare. And still be relevant?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Now, one thing that I really loved about this song in particular, and I mentioned it before, I loved the staccato delivery of the bars and the verses, and then the chorus was just the vocal was smooth in that Middle Eastern tone, and I mean it was just the beat behind it. It could have been a metal drummer just. I mean it was just. I was picturing that in my head, and I was picturing the instruments behind the vocals, just being some heavy guitars. I was like, this straight up metal, I love it. I love when I can hear on both sides of the aisle. I can hear the influence of each other in there, and it's really, really cool. And this one did that for me.
Right, there's a lot of stuff in that song, a lot of bits and pieces that continue that build up, and a lot of sounds that other people are afraid to use.
Nice. So what overall were they saying here with the band of Gypsies? What's the message they're trying to get across?
Well, that, like, the band of Gypsies, like the group itself, Cypress Hill, they have a lot of groups that they like all belong to. Like they have they have a lot of different groups that they belong to. So when you look at, like, when you do the research on who Be Real is, he has a group with two other rap artists that I'm not gonna say right now because I'm gonna wind up playing their songs for Tony. I don't want him to do the research on that.
Forward thinker.
Yeah.
Forward thinker.
So he has groups. He has several groups, but he has a metal group that he does performances with, and he has the group obviously with them. And he has another group that he does performances with. And then Sindog has another group that he's a bike rider, so he rides motorcycles. So he has a group of his own that he does stuff with. And DJ Muggs, of course, like a lot of people don't know that DJ Muggs is instrumental in doing soundtracks in the early 80s with the soundtrack of Colors. Like he had a song on it. And DJ Muggs is coming from the East Coast, but bringing that sound from the East Coast to the West Coast. So their whole image and their whole style threw everybody off.
Okay, so is he from New York or is
Yeah,
he?
he's from
Okay.
New York. Yeah,
all right.
Also, Bobo's dad. Bobo is a percussionist. So Bobo, you can hear the drums. You can hear the percussions and the drums from Bobo's sound, whose dad is a very famous Puerto Rican musician. I want somebody to tell me who his father is too.
That I don't know, but tell us.
I'll give you a hint. His dad played a lot of early sounds of Puerto Rican music in that sound.
All right. I'll look forward to. Someone's going to get it. I know someone's going to get it. Every question we've asked so far, someone's answered within the first few hours, actually, which is pretty freaking cool. So we look forward to that. Awesome. Anything else on Band of Gypsies you want to tell me, sir?
That's about it, bro.
All right. Well, another good one in the books. Once again, I'm Tony.
I'm Dwayne.
We are Mojo-Synthesis. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you have a song that you want Mojo-Synthesis to react to and analyze, make sure you leave it in the comments and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.